Hey guys, I'm Miriam and welcome to Miriam's Manor. You guys, I am very excited because look right behind me. I have so much pretty right now that I am going to be getting in the ground. So I am running a little bit of an experiment because I live in the desert in Arizona and our summers get up to 120, 123 degrees and sometimes consistently daily. And our lows will even stay at like right at 100 for the low. So growing different varieties of plants can be very difficult in this climate. I'm in zone 9B. So I have been researching a lot of different plants and trying to put together a game plan for a little garden space that I want to create using all new plants that I have never grown before. So this will be very interesting. Also because it is June, and usually when I plant new things, I definitely plant them at the beginning of April to give their root system a chance to grow up and mature and spread a little bit. So I know that I'm pushing the envelope with this, but I also am now at this time in a position to actually do this. So I am going to put these plants in, see how they do. Now what I'm going to do is show you guys what I've got here first. I am also going to put up on the screen the name of the plant and the zone that it can be grown in, just in case it is something that you are interested in doing. And then we can go on this journey together over the next several months to actually see how they fare in this heat. So I am hoping that they will do well. Only time will tell. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start with the largest ones here in the back. These are canna lilies. Now, I do feel a little bit confident about growing this particular plant because my neighbor has them in their backyard and they have a ton of them, and they have been there for 4 years and they do look fantastic. We do have a different direction facing in our backyards, but I know that his plants do get a good like 6 hours full sun with these in our Arizona heat. So it does at least make me feel a little bit confident. And this pretty baby is the Coleus, and the name of it is Broad Street. The leaves, you guys, are like velvet, and I loved this variegated leaf with the like lime green, and look at it, looks like it has like little scalloped edges. This is so cute. I just love it so much, and I'm hoping that it does really well out here. So I did get a little variety of packet of vincas. Now I've grown these vincas forever and they do really well. They are tried and true. Even if you forget to water them for 2 days in the middle of our summers, you can just get back to watering them and they do bounce right back. This is blue salvia. This is my first time growing this plant. I have seen this at so many of the resorts that I go to. And they are open and exposed and out in places where they do get direct sun. So that's why I feel a little confident about these too. I hope that they do well and that they love the sun in the spot that I am going to put them in. And these are Supertunia Vistas. So this darker purple one is the Supertunia Vista Bordeaux, and the lighter color one is the Trailing Blue Veined. Now, from my understanding, this particular one on the same flower will bloom a variety of 3 different colors, ranging from kind of like almost white to this lighter pinkish lavender color to a little bit of a darker lavender color. So these 3 I'm going to kind of group together and mix. And then lastly, I have this baby, this Cordyline Red. So again, I have seen this in the middle of like shopping plaza containers and things like that. So I tried to choose things that I've seen out in the Arizona landscape that was receiving direct sun during the day. So all of these things I'm going to layer in. there were two plants that I really wanted to grow that I was not able to find. One of them was the Vertigo pennisetum, and the last one was the lemon coral sedum. It was like a little lime green bright bush. So I'm super bummed out about those, but I might leave room to pop them in later if I can find one somewhere else. So basically where these plants are gonna go is in this area right here. I am going to have these growing up against this fire pit wall, because this was the space that I wanted to start working on first with furniture and kind of getting it a little bit more filled in the landscape. So here we go. So now I'm gonna go change my clothes, put on some grubby work clothes, and get ready to move this rock, dig some holes, and get some plants planted. Breaking rock at 100-some degrees is never fun. Okay, so this is going to be my layout for the plants. I'm thinking for right now, I think I actually might switch this up. I think I might group the trio of calla lilies more centered and then put everything else smaller. That's going to be a little bit shorter around those. I think that actually might be a better idea. Let me switch this up. Okay, so I think this actually looks a little bit better balanced. So I'm going to come in and give you guys a little bit of a close-up. Now, all of these plants are supposed to spread a minimum of 2 feet wide, the smallest one. So that's why I have them kind of grouped far apart so that I can give them room to grow to mature size. And then from what I hear about these Supertunia vistas, these grow like weeds and will end up spreading so far. So I only got 3, so that the plan is it can fill in this whole area in the front, and then as well as that area in the front over there. And I'm leaving room for those to do that. So now what I need to do is dig up a lot of this dirt and get some good soil in the ground, because our dirt here is terrible. We have like clay dirt, and it doesn't matter how far you dig down. I don't know if you can see that, or here's a better picture. You can see like how powdery dirt this is, and we definitely need to give these babies a little bit better soil. So now for some more hard work. Yo, no joke, this is so much work. I probably should have done this at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I might be calling it quits for the day. I'm gonna let you see how far I've made it. Okay, you can see this side is not at all touched. This side, I don't know if you can tell, but I did dig this down in this whole area about 1 foot. And I'm making my way back into this spot here. So I am not even halfway done. This is literally like a quarter of what I have to do the rest of the way here. So I have collected a big heaping wheelbarrow full of dirt that I need to go dump and keep going. The right side of this is completely done, and I am about halfway done digging the left side. At this point, I think it's like 1 o'clock. I don't even know what time it is. I didn't look at my phone before I started shooting this, but I am exhausted. I am hot. I am sweaty. I need a shower and a big cup of water. So I'm going to hopefully pick this back up tomorrow if I have enough energy. So I'll see you guys then. Good morning, guys. It is a brand new day, and last night I did go ahead and finish digging out that other side 2 full wheelbarrows later, and all that digging probably took me about 5.5, 6 hours. I did take a several-hour break in between and wait for the sun to go down, but let me show you what it looks like now. So all the holes are dug down about 1 foot to 1.5 feet in certain spots where the bigger plants are going to go. And the reason that I am doing it like this is, number one, our soil, or our dirt is clay dirt, like I mentioned before. It's really hard for sensitive and floral type of plants to grow. So this is typically what I do when I plant something that is a bush or a shrub that has tons of flowers, that is not super heat tolerant. I dig out all of this clay and we'll put soil in all of these beds. I also amend the soil. That way also going forward in the future, it does make it a lot easier for me to pop plants in and out of soil than having to dig holes through this tough clay. So I have set the plants back in place in their holes now, where I want them to go so that I can run my drip lines. And I just noticed that with this metal plant here, I do need to dig around this pipe a little bit more. So I am not yet done digging, but I will go ahead and run the drip lines and get that done and then dig that out in a minute. All right, so I got my drip tubing all set. So I'm going to backfill it with this brand of garden soil, and then I'm also going to mix in some of this biotone starter for plants and flowers. So right now I'm just breaking apart the bottoms of these roots so that they do not continue to follow the same circular pattern as the container it was in. that they will spread and go out. Okay, so I have finally got everything in. I am running my irrigation system right now to make sure that every single one of them is getting good coverage, which it is. Water is reaching every single one of these flowers and plants. So now I'm going to turn off this drip and mulch. Good morning again. So this is actually like 4 days later. Now I went to mulch and I realized that I did not have enough mulch. So it did take me a couple of days to go back and get some mulch so that I can complete this project. So let me go ahead and show you the final result now that everything is all mulched. And the benefit to this is you get to see 4 days later how everything is actually coming along. All right, so this is it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I have a little bit of all three, to be honest. So if we start over here on this far right, these salvias are probably doing the best over here on this side than on the left side. That gets a little bit more sun exposure. This cordyline, the spiky one here, this one is kind of doing okay. However, it is losing its red color a bit. The three canna lilies, surprisingly, are the ones that are probably doing the best out of everything, and this one actually bloomed. You guys, look at how pretty this flower is. I am absolutely in love, and I pray that these things make it through the summer until our weather breaks, because they are just gorgeous. So next up is this coleus. You can see that my leaves are fading in color. So when I read, it said that it could either be watering issues or too much sunlight. So my first guess obviously is too much sunlight out here in this desert. So I have been shading it the last couple of days. So these new leaves on top are looking good. Here's some more salvias. This cordyline is still doing good as well. This coleus is also suffering just like the other one, so I'm really hoping that adding the shade will help with this extreme sun that we already are entering into this season. So this cordyline red, out of the three, absolutely looks the worst. The leaves are drooping. I'm not sure if this thing is getting overwatered because of the way the water slopes down right here, but I'm going to try to adjust it to see if that helps. So this salvia on this side, you can see I had one just completely die out right here, and then I also had another one that I pulled up right here. So they seem to be doing a little bit worse on this side. And again, it might be because of the slope. I might have to build this bed up a little bit more. But on to the Supertunia Vistas. So this middle one looks the worst out of all three of these. And honestly, this one is how all of them looked just a couple of days ago. Like, they all looked so pathetic after the next day after I planted them. This one actually is bouncing back pretty nicely. It's made the best recovery out of the three. This one here in the middle, even though it really looks like it's suffering, it actually does look better than what it did just 2 days ago. So I am excited. I do see some new signs of life in it. The leaves feel better. So I am going to leave this one alone, give it another week and see how it does before I pop it out and replace it with another plant. And this one also has made a comeback. You can see blooms on it again, and I actually have a new bloom here that is getting ready to open that still looks good and fresh. So I am excited that this one is going to make it. So one last thing that I do want to do in this space is add maybe like a 6-inch tall iron fence all along this border here to really define the floral garden away from the rock. And I'm hoping that everything survives and makes it through the summer, but I will definitely be bringing you guys along the journey. So especially those of you in hot climates can see how some of these plants react to extreme heat if you are interested in growing them yourself. So definitely stay tuned for future videos for this particular space. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, or over the last several days technically, while I got this project all wrapped up and completed. Let me know if you like this style of video. It is a little bit different from what I usually do on my channel. I would definitely appreciate all of your feedback. Please don't forget to subscribe and give me a big thumbs up. And until I see you again, stay safe. God bless you, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.